With the real estate market being so hot right now, what happens when you find your dream house but there are multiple contracts on it? How can you make your offer stand out above the others? Cindy O'Gorman from Ebby Halliday is here to shed light on this. And I mean, we could talk to you all day long about tips in the real estate business. But when you want that house and there are other offers, how does your offer stand out?
Well, you know, in today's market, you really, just coming in at full price doesn't guarantee you the house. You really need to come in above list price. You always want to send a proof of funds letter or a pre-qual letter with your offer. In Texas, typical earnest money is 0.5% to 1%. Come in with 2 to 5%. You know, make it serious with your offer.
And so, let's say I made an offer on a house and there were multiple offers. Does the realtor tell me that there are multiple offers?
Yes, you should always be told. And a lot of times we're going out now and saying, everybody, there's multiple offers. Get your best offer in by 5 o'clock if you want to make any changes to your offer so that everybody's aware that there's more than one offer on the table.
And we can trust that they're telling us the truth about that rather than just trying to generate us to make a deal quickly.
Right, and you know, that is something that if somebody says that there's multiple offers and there's not, they risk the chance that somebody may pull out. So there's buyers that don't want to get into a multiple offer situation and be forced to pay more than list price. So you risk losing everybody if you do that. So, you know, you only do that when you have multiple offers.
And there is a risk in that. You know, right. Tom and I saw a house that we really loved from the outside, and we got so excited. I loved it because it had land, and he loved land, and it had a little house you could rent. Anyway, we had the wrong reasons, and it was interesting because we put in a full price cash offer right there. Next morning, we meet each other in the kitchen, and he says, I said, how'd you sleep? He said, well, kind of, I think we ought to pull back on that offer. I went, let's do it, because we're liking it for the wrong reasons.
Right. And that's, you know, that's one thing with multiple offers. Some buyers are trying to just tie the home up to make sure they don't lose it while they think about it. So if you are in a multiple offer situation, you want to make your option period short to tell the seller that I'm willing to get in there, inspect it, and commit to the purchase of this property. You know, a typical option period is 10 days. Come in with a 5-day option period.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And what if you didn't ask for a house inspection?
Well, that's great. Most people are going to want that they're going to want to get the house inspected and know what they're dealing with. But if you come in without an option period, that's even stronger.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you have enough faith in that house and you look at it and the bones look good, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Exactly. Yeah. If it's a fairly new house, I mean, that along with a cash deal, you know, they're going to be factors that a seller looks at when deciding which offer.
And then should you, after you've made that offer, should you detach from the outcome? If you lose the house, should you just move on to the next, or what? Should you keep trying, or what?
Well, yeah, you know, I think if you don't want to always compare the house that you would have paid an extra $5,000 for to every other house you see, and then you're disappointed with everything else. So, I mean, if it's a couple $1,000s more just to get what you want, pay it. You'll regret it. But there has got to be a point. Everybody has a threshold, and so at some point you're going to have to just say, okay, that's it. I'm not going any higher, and be willing to walk away.
That's in any negotiation, isn't it?
Exactly.
Even if you're trying to get a raise, you have to say, I want it, and if I'm not, I'm quitting, and you have to mean it and quit.
Yeah. Be willing to take the consequences. Right. Exactly right.
You can contact my friend Cindy O'Gorman at cindyo'gorman.com, or you can reach her at the number you see on the screen. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more of the broadcast.